Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Alpha Life here. Now, as you can see, we are currently traveling over to Jita to sell the spoils of this week. Again, for another week, I did not get to the 8-hour mark, but I believe we have definitely gotten our money's worth for this one. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we have been running some narcotics warehouses. We have been running a little bit of Abyssal T0 Abyssal runs, which have been decent, I think, good even. Um, so what we're going to be doing is checking out what we got out of them. We will have a segment specially dedicated to running these abyssals after I come to sell, because I just realized that my computer hasn't been recording properly and didn't record everything I was just jabbering about. So we're gonna have to deal with that when the time comes, when we are back at the station out at our home base. So what we're actually going to want to do is get ourselves to the markets and see how well we did for this week. Yes, I did run 3 narcotics warehouses for this week. We have been getting a very good luck. Let's get out of local. Yes, we did get quite very good luck, very incredible good luck, if I'm honest. Absolutely amazing good luck. Yes, the first narcotics warehouse, of course, we got absolutely nothing, as usual. But for the next ones, we did get. We are actually going to have a really quick recap. Just let me cut the video here to see if it's actually recording everything I say, or if it is not. Give me a sec. So, apparently it is recording. It did record everything that I had just said. Good, because I wouldn't want to repeat all that gibberish a third time. Now, yes, that squeaking is my chair. You can have fun about it and laugh. Now, let's take a very quick look at our overview before we sell the amazing loot that we have been getting for this week. Yes, a lot from Project Discovery. I did do 5 days this week of Project Discovery. We are at 148 million of Project Discovery, pretty good. Some daily goal rewards around 6 million. Yes, I did get about 1.5 million today, so mainly 6 million, 6.5 million. Of course, I don't do combat every day that I do the Project Discovery, because some days I just don't have time to dedicate to it. I mainly do around 2 days, 4 hours, but for this series I haven't done 8 hours in any episode, but hopefully that won't matter very much. And some insurance for the ships we lose in the career age. Now, in trading, we get some really good stuff. Trading is almost catching up to our Project Discovery. Finally, after mining so much, trading is getting better. Now, for the modules sold, yes, we did sell those Omega modules, those warp disruption field generators. Those are really good. I did sell 3 of them to get ourselves our catalyst fit, which we'll be taking a good look into a little bit later on. I believe most of our stuff comes from that. Some commodities, meaning some reprocessed materials that I have been selling. Yeah, not a lot of stuff, not amazing, but 26 million, nothing to be shy about. Special edition assets, the rewards we get from Project Discovery, the flow cryometry rewards, that's from that. Celestial, that's from the mining. Materials, again from reprocessing some stuff. Charges, because I just sell some ammunition that we have. Now let's go ahead to bounties. Bounties, as you can see, it's only one thing. Bounties, 16 million in between missions, hideaways, refuges, and narcotics warehouses. Absolutely amazing. Really great. Agents and missions. Again, if you're gonna run missions, run them before the timer that they give you at the bottom of the mission. It's usually about an hour, 45 minutes, an hour and a half. You should run the mission in like 10-20 minutes stops, so we get more than the actual mission is actually worth. So as you can see, agent mission rewards are almost 4 million, but the time bonuses are 5 million. So definitely time bonuses are the only good way to do missions. Not the best way, but if you're starting out and you're an alpha and you're at the same level that this character is, yes, do them like that and you will get better. See, that's it. Again, our project discovery has been really great. It's still carrying our weight just by a little bit, 51.9%. But trade, I believe, is going to take us over the edge on this episode. Now, I do want to tell you guys that I did get extremely lucky for this episode. Yes, I have a quick snippet of one of the loots for one of the narcotics warehouses, just because I didn't believe that we finally got something good. And of course, I wasn't recording that narcotics warehouse. because, well, I don't want to record every single one of them. You don't want to see them all, but I did record when I got it. I'm gonna clip it just after this part here. Hey guys, I wanted to let you know, as you can see, I am currently finishing a narcotics warehouse. Pretty nice narcotics warehouse, this one. And, well, it is, I believe, my ninth narcotics warehouse for the series. And, well, so far, I would say so good. As you can see, we got really great loot. A Corelli A-type multispectrum coating we have gotten for this week, sorry. We have gotten two of these, which have been absolutely great. This is the second one. The other one we got in our last narcotics warehouse. I am absolutely astonished on the amount of good loot that we are finally getting in this channel. Uh, because, well, you may remember at the beginning of the channel, we were just not getting anything worth it. So we are getting some good loot, great loot I would say, and we also got a little Corelli A-type small armor repairer, really great, and of course the usual 9th tier Overseer's personal effects. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that yes, these are indeed things that we have been getting from the narcotics warehouse. Just as you guys can actually see that I have been getting them from narcotics warehouse, because after getting a second one for the same week, I thought it was kind of strange, and I thought you guys might think the same. And yeah, I just wanted to ease your mind and ease mine, showing that I actually got it from the narcotics warehouse. So I will see you in a bit. Boom. So yeah, 440 estimated price. I would say this was a pretty good week, huh, boys? Now let's get ourselves everything. Now it's important to tell this, this, this we did get from the narcotics warehouse. Some of them, some of these guns we did also get from the narcotics warehouses. We mostly get one per narcotics warehouse, but we also get them in refuges and in hideaways. So yes, you are a newbie, you loot everything. If you're under 1 billion net worth, you loot everything just because you can get these guys. These guys are the greatest, the best. Yes, I did sell three of them in order to afford our catalyst and not get our income for this week a lot lower. Yes, they are great. We are thankful for their existence. So let's get all of this stuff to the station. Okay, I deselected those. And of course, you may see, yes, we did run some abyssals, and we're gonna talk about them in a second because I'm gonna have to re-record all of that entire segment. Just wait up, because these guys we actually sell to NPC stations, just like the Overseer's personal effects. Again, we sell them to NPC stations and nothing else. That's where we get the best price. Only do that. Things might change in the future, but so far, and it doesn't make sense for me for them to change. So let's see, view market details. And let's see if we just sell everything as it is, as immediate. Of course, the 170 million thingies are worth less. Well, that's not that. Okay, that's because it's just considering the one for everything, and the other one should also be 159 million. So we should get, well, very well off. Now let's start off with the most expensive thing. First, let's see. There it is a little bit more expensive one in perimeter, and there is a little bit of a cheaper one here and here. So I'm going to sell this item. Let's sell the first one for 159.5 million. Boom. There we go. And yes, remember, we do need to order things and sell the most expensive ones first. So, guys, that's it for our 0 to billion series. We are at 500 million. And thank you also for. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think I'm going to continue with the series just a little bit more, see if we can get how fast we can actually get to the billion. Just doing combat. As you can see, we got to 500 million when it took us in mining 12 episodes, I believe 12 weeks, something around that to do it. We are at episode 4, 5, maybe 6. We are already at 500 million. Now, do consider you're not always going to have this great luck. Getting two Corelli A-type multi-spectrum coatings, one right after the other, is highly unlikely to happen. I don't know how it happened. I am probably never going to get another DD module in a narcotics warehouse with this character ever again, but it did happen, so we do have to contemplate it. And I told you guys I would be honest on this series. Maybe I didn't say it, maybe I just thought about it. But let's move on and keep on selling our stuff. Let's view market details for the 5MN micro warp drive. Of course, you can check all of this in If Tycoon, the page. I very much do recommend a link in the description below, but I think Jita still has, for now, the best prices for all of this stuff. -8%, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So let's sell one. 35 million, 3300,000. Yep, that's good. Let's see for the Corelli A-type small armor wrapper, 17 million. We only lose 2 million. And of course, if you have the patience and you intend to stay a few days here in Jita, in order to sell it, you're gonna have to adjust your price a few times because everyone is just going to undercut you. You have to look at the price history if it's actually worth it. How many sell a day? If it's actually worth it for you to stay and manage that. But for 2 million for me, it's not. Yeah, let's sell it. Boom. 600 million. Let's keep it coming. Now, for close restrained warp disruption field generator. Again, perimeter a little bit better. How much better for us to change? Yes, I know I'm probably losing 1 or 2 million throughout all of these sales by not selling in perimeter. Let me just check market price. For this one, it's better here in Jita, so let's just sell it straight away. 4,300,000. That's great. Let's view market details for this one. Yeah, let's sell this item. Again, always check immediate. Check that your price is the highest price and sell it. Yes, sell it. That's great, and we can see that wallet finally. View market details, 5 million, 3 million. Actually, for this one, let's take a really quick look at If Tycoon. Let's see If Tycoon, go to market browser, and let's type Shadow. So for the Shadow Serpentis thermal armor hardener, we can see that the best buy price is in Jita. Absolutely, and the best sell prices are also here in Jita, so we are making the life of those market traders just a tiny bit easier, but I don't mind. I'm not going to use it most likely ever. Yes, even though I usually go for Serpentis, I am highly unlikely to use it now. We actually need some ammunition. Let's see for antimatter before we leave because we are consuming a little bit of ammunition. Yes, let's buy 10,000. I think 10,000 is very good for a week. I definitely haven't run over mine. Plutonium Charge S. But I would definitely recommend you get some. Oh, okay, not the best price, but let's get also 10,000 of plutonium because this I'm actually running faster than the antimatter because it does less damage and I use it with the Abyssal catalyst as you're going to see in a few minutes. Now let's set destination to Luminar. Let's get the hell out of here and take a look at what we're going to be doing up next because well we do need to consider the implications of this potential end to our series or at least to the combat side of the series. I didn't even ask you last episode. I just didn't believe we were going to get to 500 million. Yes, there is a hideaway there. It's Guristas. I don't have cruisers on this character, so no, we're not running it and wasting our escalation possibility on a Guristas site. Yes, we are at 500 million. Well, 600 million. Yes, we did get there a lot. Let me just check how many episodes of the combat side of the series we actually have. But yeah, we have definitely seen a very high improvement in between combat, exploration, and mining, which is really impressive. Let me see. Sorry, you might not be able to see, but we have one, two, three, four. This would be the fifth episode. If I don't have another one in the making, yes, I believe this would be the fifth episode. There we go. Starting combat as an alpha. That's number one, that's number two, that's number three, and that's number four. Oh no, this would be the sixth episode because tomorrow I think I am one episode ahead of you guys. So yeah, I believe this would be the sixth episode of our series. 6 weeks. Yes, it is 2 months. Oh my god, 6 weeks to 500 million. Wow. Really awful. Yes, and yeah, for probably all of those Omega chasers, it can be quite a lot. But for those of us that enjoy the alpha state, and playing for free, and we do not have to worry about the time, well, I think we are doing pretty well. We're just training around, and of course, if we get to a billion, no, we need to get, I think, 2 billion in order to afford the Omega, so that's a little bit of an inconvenience, but it was 2 billion, and we are at the billion ISK mark. So yeah, we can definitely end the series here. I would like to take it a little bit farther, run some of that Abyssal stuff, just so that you guys can see how the progression is actually going to look like. We can also, I would like to use this character to go low-sec belfrating a little bit. I think that's a really, really nice activity. And eventually, I don't know, maybe I will turn this character into an exploration only character, wormholes, low-sec, null-sec type of character, hacking and scanning only. So I will think about that after we are done with all the activities that I want this character to be able to do before we do that, because yes, we do have all of our hacking and scanning activities, well, skills, absolutely maxed out. It's very easy to do as an alpha. Within a week, you will have them all, and you will make really, really good ISK. So I really would recommend that. But also, as you can see, high sec combat exploration, 6 weeks, half what it took us, a little bit less than half. Let me see how many videos. Yeah, no, half, a little bit under half, because technically it was 11 episodes for the mining. But yeah, half the time with high sec combat exploration to get to that 500 million. A lot less time to get to that billion. But remember, the thing about high sec combat exploration is the luck part. If you get lucky, you will get incredible drops. And you may remember that I had been doing quite a lot of narcotics warehouses with absolutely nothing dropped, just the 9th tier personal effects and nothing else, not even an ore module, barely some 4 million ISK modules, the Omega ones, but barely that. So do consider it's not guaranteed ISK. What I think I'm gonna try to do for next week's episode is, if I do get to the 4 hours, which I don't think, but I'm gonna try to do half the time for Abyssals, half the time for high sec combat exploration, because we did get we got those filaments and that catalyst for our abyssal runs after I think a few hours. I had already run the 3 narcotics warehouses. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure I had already run all 3 narcotics warehouses, so we had already gotten quite a good amount of loot. That's why I felt confident just going and throwing the catalyst around, because if we lost it, well, we could pay for like 10 100 of those. So yeah, you're gonna want to take under consideration that, how much is you actually want to get out of your abyssals per week, and how much time you're gonna dedicate to a log-based system such as escalations. Because yes, this week we did incredibly good, astonishingly good, but that is not ever guaranteed, so do not think it is. I have spent a lot of time doing narcotics warehouses that have just an overseer's personal effects in the end of it. So do keep that under consideration. Oh, and yes, 2 of our narcotics warehouses were, I do not remember if both of the ones that gave us really good loot were on low sec, but 2 of them were absolutely on low sec. I wouldn't forget that. I did record a little snippet of one of them here. I'm gonna cut it, paste it here, and I will see you guys back at the station so that we can take a look into the catalyst. So we are back at the station. We are dropping off the algos and hopping on to our nice little catalyst here. Let me just get some abyssal filaments really quickly. Let's go to type. Let's go to tranquil firestorm. Let me just show you. Just gonna get 10. We're not gonna run the 10 of them, which would be 5 runs. This would be our 6, 7 run of Abyssal. Yes, I haven't run a lot of Abyssals this week. Remember, I just barely started running the Abyssals after getting those narcotics warehouses, so we haven't gotten the Skybreaker room, but something to do take under consideration. We need to go to a zero point 0.8 system. We are currently warping to one to Petrnik. As you can see, zero point 0.8 system, and then while you're warping there, you're going to want to right click on yourself, go to pilot, form fleet with now that you can, because you have to wait for this timer to run off, and you will be in a fleet. Now, for running tier 0 or any abyssal, if you're running it in cruisers, you can run it alone without being in a fleet. But if you're running it in destroyers or frigates, you need to be in a fleet, even if you're running them solo. That's just the way the game works. You have to do that. Now, in order to run your abyssals, you're actually going to want to warp to 100 kilometers of the sun. You're gonna want to, okay, what? Thank you. You're gonna want to control B, and then you're gonna want to save it as an abyss once you're far away from everything. Within a few AUs of everything, you need to be farther than 100 kilometers, I believe, 110 kilometers of any structure in order to be able to activate these abyssal filaments. So yeah, you're gonna want to take that under consideration. Again, for the fit itself, you may be interested. We are running the very simple fit. Of course, I will leave it in the description below. There is another video with this fit, but I will leave this one also. So for the top slots, 150 prototype Gauss guns, pretty easy. 1 mm monopropellant enduring, important. Afterburner, small compact 3-acid cap battery, enduring armor repair, Vortex compact magnetic field stabilizers, 2 small capacitor control circuits, and 1 small ancillary current router. For ammunition, we have some Plutonium Charge S and Antimatter Charge S. Now we're gonna double left click on the filaments, activate and deploy them. Now, if you have your overview set up like mine, if you go to the Triglavian tab, you're gonna have everything you need to while running these filaments. You should just have everything. If not, just go back to general and click on whatever you need. So I am actually going to change to antimatter. What is this? Max velocity bonus, inertia bonus. That's not important for us right now. And we are going up against an Ephialtes Lancer. So we're gonna wait for him to get close to us. And once he does, let's go. Yes, we will do a lot better damage over range because our guns will have a little bit of a trouble tracking, but it shouldn't really be a problem. I am usually running plutonium and start shooting a lot further away once they are at around 30 to 27 kilometers. I start firing so they will still at least get a little bit of damage and I can get as much damage in before they close in and start circling me. But for an Ephialtes Lancer, cruiser size, we shouldn't really have much of a problem with the tracking and applying. So yeah, we should be more than good to go. As you can see, our shields are a little bit down, but it's not necessarily not to be expected. And yes, you're gonna want to run these abyssal filaments very slowly because you do not want to destroy your capacitor on the first few runs because of that skybreaker room and what it needs. Now, tips for the skybreaker room: if we don't get it in this run, but you do encounter one, which you should eventually, what do I recommend? Well, load antimatter. If you have the same skills that I do, I'm gonna turn off the afterburner so that we can get a little bit of shields back. If you have the same skills that I do, you're gonna get a fall off of 21 to 12. You can also switch to plutonium and use the plutonium charges, which will allow you to go all the way to 24 kilometers. You can use either one of them, and you're going to either want to keep at range or orbit at 20 kilometers of the skybreaker himself, because once you're inside that range, he's gonna do a lot of damage, a lot of damage. You're gonna want to have, afterburner on, and if you do get down to your armor, as soon as you get down to your armor, you're gonna want to start repping until you get out of range. Out of range, his range is around 20 kilometers if they haven't changed it. Hopefully they haven't. But yeah, you're gonna want to do that as much as possible. And for these strike needle Teselas, as soon as I can, I just start locking them and I just start shooting them because we're gonna want to get as much damage in as much range as possible. Fortunately, we have a medium range deviate automata suppressor. That's really going to help us. That and the multi-body tracking pylon are definitely going to come in clutch in this room in particular. There are some rooms that have 3 of these, so if you get that, either circle one of these or fly far away from them as much as you can, because, well, as you can see, I'm already missing, so they are annoying, especially for the tracking of your guns. They are really annoying, so you want to get as much damage into them at a distance as you can. The more the merrier, absolutely important, pretty much vital. So we're gonna go with the afterburner a little bit, double click past the biocombinative cache so that when you destroy it, you don't have to double click back again to be able to keep getting closer to it. As you can see, if I destroy it, but I just don't stop because I was manually flying. Now, back to the scary room, to the skybreaker room. you're gonna want to stay outside of 20 kilometers. That's going to be his kill range, 20 kilometers. Afterburner on. Use the armor reaper as you need to. Try not to keep it on if you're already topped up. But if you start taking damage again, turn it on immediately because you're gonna need it while you get out of those 20 kilometers range. Absolutely, absolutely do recommend it. And skills to keep on training, the usual engineering skills and anything in gunnery are going to make this a much faster process and much more painless process. So do take that under consideration for your training queue. So let's see, do we get any luck? No, more Teslas. Again, same exact strategy, just keep on clicking on the lock target until they come in range. And because we can actually shoot them at around 24, once they are at 30 and a few, I start shooting, and as you can see, we can already start doing a little bit of damage. Not a lot, but the more damage we can do over range is going to be better with these guys because they are just that annoying. Turn off your guns once you're done with the first one, and then re-engage on the second one in order to maximize the time that you actually get good tracking on it. And as you can see, absolutely no problem. I have already run quite a few rooms of this one, around 6 runs total. And yeah, that's not a lot. I'm going to continue running more of them. That's why I'm not finishing the series. Hopefully, I will get one of those Skybreaker rooms, but so far I haven't gotten one. Hopefully, we will get it by next week. I'm gonna try to dedicate a little bit more time to this Abyssal running and see how much we can actually make an hour. I got around 6 to 8, no, I believe 6 million, or was it 8 million? I'm not sure anymore. We're gonna have to make a comparison about how much we can make about in an hour of running these abyssals. What are we going to get? So for this one, we actually got 1,100,000, not that much in the last one that I did record, but it didn't record itself. Issues on my computer somehow, for some reason. It's been annoying lately. But yeah, for the other one, we actually got 1.3 million. So yeah, a little bit better. And now, since we are done with this Abyssal run, I'm actually going to jump back to Luminaire. So for those of you that wanted to know, Control F9, you get make everything go away, all of this stuff, and you just are left with the ship and space, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. You can take some good screen caps of that. Uh, so yeah, now let's get ourselves back to our station. As you can see, we have made it past the 500 million mark. Let's see how long we can keep that lock running. Probably not very long, hopefully a little bit, but I don't have very high hopes. I'm going to, yeah, leave some links in the description below. Remember, 1 million skill points referral link down below. Of course, the feat for the catalyst, instead of the algos, you got the algos feat on the last episode. For this episode, you get the catalyst feat in the description below. And oh, why did I warp to within zero? Let's just dock. But yeah, other useful links, for example, if Tycoon, very useful tool, also in the description below, set killboard and stuff like that, that I am always using when I play Eve. Absolutely game changer. So guys, I think that will be all from my part. Hopefully the editing on this one won't be too shabby because of the, video clippings and all of that stuff. My computer has been having issues. Hopefully we won't have any problems with the audio. Please do let me know what you think about that. And yes, I will be bringing to you soon enough, eventually, once I figure it out, videos on other games. We are starting off with Horizon Zero Dawn. I already made up my mind because it's the last game I finished. Yes, it's a very old game. I don't care. Guys, thank you also very much for watching. Remember, if you want to see me do any activities, I have my other characters that have better budgets and can probably do them a lot better. So everyone, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for staying with me, even though some weeks I don't post. Really appreciate it. Thank you all. This has been the Alpha Life, and I will see you all in the next one.